Might want to rethink that here this morning, especially if you're in the southern end of the valley. Northern Valley, it's a different story for you. It's just the extreme cold affecting you here this morning. So here's a look at what to expect for that morning drive. Basically, if you're in the south, we're looking at snow. And even up north, we are seeing some snow coming down there, but the heavier snow will be in the southern end of the valley. Gusty wind as well. So that means blowing snow. Also means some drifting potentially happening here, and just tricky conditions if you're going to be trying to get to where you need to be here this morning. And here's a look around the valley. The tri-level, we've been keeping an eye on that area. You can see just looking lower visibility in that region. Lake Park, blowing snow across the DOT cam there along Highway 10. In South Fargo, live view here from the Luther Family Ford, our First Alert Storm Team Skycam network. You can see the snow blowing by, just basically a horizontal movement here across the screen. And then in Badette, quiet. It's just plain cold again up in that northern part of the valley. So here's a look at that radar. Northern Valley, again, pretty quiet. You do have some snow trying to move in, so it doesn't mean you're going to miss out completely or luck out completely, depending on how you're viewing things these days. But in the southern valley, we do have that heavier snow. The farther south you go, the heavier it's going to be getting here through the morning hours. So let's zoom in a little more. And again, the focus right along that North Dakota, South Dakota line. The Lidgerwood, Hankinson area seeing a heavier bout of snow in this deeper blue color. And then perhaps a little bit of that too, right along the Ransom and Sargent County lines. And then more moderate snowfall happening elsewhere. And this is moving west to east, but there is a little bit of a northward movement on that. And so it is drifting a little bit farther into the northern valley, closer to that Highway 2 corridor. Again, sticking with the heavier snow down by the tri-state area where we see the tri-state area meet up. So again, conditions are going to be on the snowy side here through the morning, through the day essentially, and that leads to low visibility, and the snow will just keep adding up. Crews are going to be out working hard. We've been seeing the DOT flashing lights from the crews out there as we've been looking on our cameras. They've been out quite a bit, but again, we're looking at wind blowing snow right back onto the road surface even after they've gone through. In Fargo, visibility is down to a half mile. Wapaton's at a half mile. 0 in Gwinner. We've been there for a while now. So southeastern North Dakota getting hit pretty hard. Northeastern South Dakota as well. And taking a look at those winds again, a gust of 32 in Oaks, a gust of 30 in Fargo. That wind coming in northerly. It's a biting wind too. You step outside and you get hit by that along with the snow coming down. It's really unpleasant here today. Here's a look at our temperatures. Some single digits above or below 0 in the south, and then the northern valley we're into the teens below to start off this morning, with wind chills that are getting down into that 40 below range or more in northeastern North Dakota. So dangerously cold. Again, a reminder, frostbite can happen in a matter of minutes at those numbers. So bundle up and make sure you're ready for this. And if you don't need to be out traveling in this snow, stay home. We've got a winter storm warning in effect. That should be your signal that you don't want to be out driving around here in these areas. So Southern Valley again, southern half of the valley specifically. The focus for the snowfall, we're going to see some of our heavier totals again in the south because we'll just continue to see that snowfall there. It's just going to add up here over the next couple of days. By noon, still getting the snow. You can see it's kind of creeps northward a little bit up toward Highway 2 at that point. Temperatures really struggling. We really don't see them go anywhere today. Wind chills remain hazardous, especially in the north. And as we head into the 3 o'clock hour, we start to see some signs of that snow moving on. Eventually it does, but this is just round 1. So we get this little bit of a break in the 6 o'clock hour tonight here. But notice the wind. It's gusting into the 30s. So even if the snow's not falling, we're still getting some blowing snow and some drifting snow. Now late tonight, this is 10 o'clock, we start to see more of that snow lifting in to the southern valley. Again, some of those same places. It may not make it as far north as that last round. So that will mean lesser snow amounts in the central valley and out to the west, but still picking up quite a bit through the early part of the day on Tuesday with that second round. So here's a look at our snowfall potential. This is through tonight. This is that first round. And watch what happens as we go into Tuesday. We don't really add much more in the northern valley, but we really do in the south. So you can see snowfall potential going to be heaviest in the south, but a lot of us could see several inches. Fargo in that 4 to 7 range, 7 plus. down into that southeastern North Dakota area and into Lakes Country, some places getting a foot or more in some instances. So it's going to be really tough down in the south with those amounts tapering off pretty quickly the farther north you go here. So all sorts of different conditions happening today. Don't want to forget the Northern Valley dealing with that dangerous cold either.
A lot to go over this morning, Lisa.
Sure
yeah,
is.
there really is.
It's a little overwhelming here this morning. In fact, we've got more cold on the way, so we're going to talk about that coming up in your 7-day.
Yeah, we saw those plows going by in the sky cam there, so good stuff. Lisa, thank you.